Everyone, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my June TBR. I originally planned for it to be a catch-up TBR where I didn't get to the books that I wanted to in the first half of 2021. It's the end of the first half of 2021, and these are some of my catch-up. Yeah, so I'm going to put these down and get into the books. Listen, it's summer. I don't read much during the summer. So will I get to all of these again? Probably not. But I'm going to try my hardest anyway. So, the buzzword reading challenge the buzzword for June is name or, where's my paper? It's name or title. And so I have two. So the first one is Queen of Hearts by Colleen Oakes. This book has been on my TBR shelf. My whole bookshelf system is my TBR shelf, but my original TBR shelf, and it's been on there for about 2 or 3 years. I got this in a book outlet. Controversial. So, yes, and I love the back, and it's an Alice in Wonderland retelling, or it's Queen of Hearts retelling. I don't really like Alice in Wonderland. Well, I do, but I don't. It's whimsy, it's fun, but sometimes a little too creepy for me. Yeah, so this is going to be one of the books that I pick up in the first week, probably. I don't know. We'll see. And the next book that I have chosen for the buzzword is The Carrie Diaries by Candace Bushnell. Loved Sex and the City. I watched the series back to back, maybe 2 to 3 times when I had a newborn, and I was bored because none of my friends wanted to hang out with a girl and a baby, and then I tried to watch the show and just could not get into it whatsoever. So I'm going to read it and see if it's maybe possibly a little bit better than the show. Hopefully. The next 3, y'all have already heard me talk about them. So the first one, Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. This is book 2 in A Shadow and Bone. I watched the whole season of Shadow and Bone. Absolutely loved it. The end with the Darkling, I need to know what happens. I don't like Book Darkling. I think he's a bastard. But so Darkling Ben Barnes. Yeah. And every time I watch a BookTube video, y'all they mention Shadow and Bone, always Ben Barnes. Ben Barnes is a gift to us. To every girl and boy's eyeballs. So, yes. It's got bonus content in the back, and it is something I already read that I had to find online. And if I would have paid more attention to my books, I would have seen that I don't have to go far to read these little novellas. But anyways, I'm excited to get to this. Yeah, because I really want to get to Six of Crows. So I'm going to be picking this up for sure. This is part of my catch-up. Another one, House of Hades by Rick Riordan. Still reeling over the cliffhanger. I need to see if my the couple at the end of book 3 is alright. Yeah, and Hades is like one of my favorite gods. And so, or Hercules. Hades is. I'm cool. But yeah, so this is following this is Rick Riordan's third series, I think. I have the Egyptian mythology that he wrote. But this is still following Percy Jackson, and it's following Romans. City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare. This is the last book in the Mortal Instruments. I finished Clockwork Princess this year, and it killed me. And I need to finish this before I can get to Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy and The Bane Chronicles, which is 2 books that I've been wanting to get to for a long time. So, yeah. And also, the ending of the 5th book got me hooked. So I need to know what is going on. And Sebastian's like one of my favorite characters. I like the villains. Next stack is library books. And I think I showed some of them in my May TBR. I'm not sure. But the first 3 are ones my daughter picked out for her to read, because she's wanting to read more graphic novels this year, and she's done read a lot. That's probably why my graphic novel count is so high this year, because I'm reading the same things. But this one is Pashmina by Nidhi Chinani, and this is about Priyanka Das has so many unanswered questions. Why did her mother abandon her home in India years ago? What was it like there? And most important, who was her father, and why did her mom leave her behind? Yeah, so it's basically about a little girl wondering why her parents abandoned her. The next one is Guts. This is the 3rd book in the Smile memoir series. First was Smile and the second was Sisters. Still have not read that yet, but I have some time. And this is by Raina Telgemeier. And this is about Raina having a stomach ache. It's probably the stomach bug. 24-hour sickness. The bubble guts. You get it. And then the next one is Amulet Book 5, Prince of the Elves. I knew the 4th book was going to go on a twist like it did. I loved it. I'm falling deeper in love with the series, and it's about this little girl named Emily. She finds out that she's a stonekeeper, that her great-great-grandfather or great-grandfather was a council member, and they wear these stones to help lead them and guide them and like fight the elves, which are evil and taking over. And I am loving the elves' backstory, but they are creepy looking as fuck. So I can't wait to get to this. And a little wyvern, the little wyvern baby, choosing Cogsley. That's my favorite part. And the little wyvern was carrying a stick. Oh, yeah. So cute. I think this has to be a middle grade. It's Scholastic. And the artwork is just great. Let me see if I can go back to that. Creepy. Okay, so book from the library that I want to be reading is Willet of the Wood by Robert Beatty. The sequel, Willet in the Dark Hollow, just came out this last month. I'm still in May, so this month. And yeah, I got it for a blog tour spot, and it's up on my shelf. So I didn't have the first one, but my oldest, she's excited to read this with me, and I'm loving chapter headings. So yeah, this is about a night spirit in the Great Smoky Mountains, and she is her clan's best thief. So, and it looks like there's a wolf, and y'all know how I am with wolves. So, and these covers are just so pretty. So I can't wait to read this. The last 6 books I want to get to, you've heard that right, is a part of a series that I used to read all the time when I was a teenager in middle school. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you've probably heard me talk about this series, but it is the Daughters of the Moon series. This is a 13-book series, and I'm going to be rereading the first 6. I have 12, and I cannot find the 13th book anywhere. It is out of print. It's not even at my local library anymore. It's not even in my library system. It's not even the next county's library system, which is saying something. And that's a big ass county. So I'm going to be reading The Goddess of the Night, Into the Cold Fire, Nightshade, The Secret Scroll, The Sacrifice, and The Lost One. And these are by Lynn Ewing. It's about these 4 girls who come together and find out they have magical powers granted to them by the goddess Luna. She's the moon, and they have to fight evil. And I used to reread the series over and over and over and over again in 8th grade. Once I finished a book in the series, I picked up the next one, and however my school library had at that point, I read them all, and it didn't matter if they were in order or not. I didn't need them in order. But this is going to be the first time I'm going to be reading them in order, because in high school, not in high school, but in middle school, I only had the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and the 6th. My library didn't have the 5th one, so I've never read the 5th one. And so, yeah. These are by Hyperion and YOLO, or Volo. I'm going to be quick, too, because I used to read these in like a day. And I think the reason why I was so obsessed with these is because one of the characters' boyfriends, his name is Michael. And my boyfriend at the time was named Michael. So, I don't know how I'm going to be dealing with that, or if it's going to affect me, because that dude is still in my life, and he is one of my best friends now. Why? I don't know. So that is it for my June TBR. Wish me luck. Hopefully I can get to most of these books. I really want to. I need to get to the library books. That's a given. I'm hoping that I get to my catch-up. I also have more books on my catch-up TBR that I want to get to this month, but I'm not going to be putting on this TBR because I feel like that would be too much pressure, and I already don't read during the summer. I swim, I watch YouTube, I watch TV, I sleep during the summer. And that's a good thing. I shouldn't force myself to read, but I want to read. And I've read 60 books so far this year, so a little break won't kill me. So, if I only get to the library books, if I only get to the 3 books that I have on my priority, or if I only get to these ones, I'll be good. But, yeah. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video.